We're live. We're live. Yay. What's up? I'm here with Marie. Hi, everybody. We're so happy to be with you guys. So many of you have come out for this night. We promised an hour of training, conversation, Q&A. We've promised a lot of high vibes. Thank you for joining us.
Absolutely.
And Marie's in New York. Last time you were in LA, so I'm glad that you're at least, it feels like LA in New York. So
today it does. It was like 70 plus degrees and I was in a t-shirt and I don't even have a jacket. That's how it feels. It's beautiful.
It's so weird. It's nice for 5 minutes and then it's terrifying, but yes. It's all good. It's all good. So I'm so excited that you guys are joining us. This is just such a great opportunity for Marie and I to come together, talk to you about our personal entrepreneurial journeys. I've got a lot of questions for Marie tonight. You guys can post questions throughout. In fact, I'm gonna turn off the chat for now because I keep hearing all of you guys buzzing in the background. There's a lot of chatting. It's a chatty crowd.
Great.
And we're gonna talk also a lot about, Marie's B School tonight, which I know a lot of you are, many of you have signed up for already. A lot of you have got questions about B School. I'm just going to open with my own personal testimonial of B School. Before B School, I felt like I was flailing. I felt like I was a little misdirected and misguided. I felt like I had a lot of big ideas and no structure around them. And then the universe provided me Marie Forleo. And through my experience at B School, I found that structure. I found clear direction. I found the nuts and bolts of what I needed to begin to have a stronger impact with an internet business and marketing my business online. And if you're not familiar with B School, we're going to answer a ton of questions about it tonight. It's an 8-week training. You will get step-by-step guidance from Marie. Marie's got a team of coaches that are supporting you throughout your training. You're going to have a community that you get to connect to. It's going to massively amp up your online presence and give you clear direction on how to market your business, no matter what type of business that is. I want to really reiterate that because I'm getting a lot of questions, Marie, on Facebook Lives and stuff of like, I know I'm a Zumba instructor. Can I do B School? And I'm like, yes. And they're like, I'm a therapist with private practice. Can I do B School? I'm like, yes. So, the answer is yes. This is for you if you have a business that you want to get out in a major way. And I want to read this as one paragraph. I'm going to come back to this paragraph as we get into the Q&A, Marie, but there's this one paragraph from the B School sales page that to me just almost embodies why B School works so well. First, I just want to read it because it makes sense for everybody. Whether you want to turn your part-time gig into your full-time business, take your existing company to new heights, or you're just starting out, B School can help. This is an 8-week online program that provides the crucial elements vital to your success. Now, I read that to you, one, because if you identify, now you know it's you. But two, how clear is that message? It's such a clear statement. Marie is so specific and so clear about who this is for. And what I think you're going to get, what I got most out of B School is the clarity around who my audience is and how to clarify who that audience is. And actually, after reviewing B School last year, I got even clearer, Marie, that my audience is like spiritual people. And sometimes they're spiritual entrepreneurs and sometimes they're spirit junkies that are reading the books. But I stopped trying to talk around spirituality and started speaking directly to spirituality thanks to my B School direction. And everything, my audience grew massively. So one of the big things that we're going to talk about tonight in the questions is how B School will help you get clearer about who your audience is. And I think that's probably one of the most valuable things that I got out of it. And you just totally give us the best example of that in that one paragraph. So thank you.
Thank you.
At any point throughout the night, if you're thinking, okay, I want to know more about B School, go over to gabbybernstein.com/B School. On that page, you will learn more about what B School is, what it means to me, and also you'll get to see the $1,999 in bonuses that I get to offer as a partner. So I've been a partner of Marie's for, I don't know, half a decade now, more. And it's been a privilege to be an affiliate partner for B School because I swear by it. And I get to see so many of my students go through this training and have this amazing radical experience. And so head over to gabbybernstein.com/B School. You'll check out those bonuses. I'll give you a quick brief overview and then we'll jump into the Q&A. But bonuses are 3 success coaching calls with me. I'm going to give you a breakdown of them later. lifetime access to my God is my publicist course, which no one is available. It's not available to the world anymore. Only my B-Schoolers get it, Marie. It's just for my B-Schoolers. 4 of my most popular digital courses and a $900 gift certificate to my Spirit Junkie Masterclass. And on this call, I'm going to also answer a little bit about why Masterclass and B-School are like the perfect couple. All right, so enough with that. All those details are at gabbybernstein.com/B-School. There's one last thing I will say is that anyone that signs up within the next 24 hours is also going to get an extra bonus from me, which is my Success is an Inside Job digital workshop. I'll tell you all about that as we continue on. But there is a 24-hour bonus for anybody. So
I want to say something right there. There's 2 things I want to share. First, if anyone is thinking about B-School and you know in your heart that you're going to do it, like, don't wait. First of all, to be able to get this 24-hour bonus, I like want to do Success as an Inside Job. I love the title of that. It's so true. It's so accurate. It like rings true in every cell in my body. But also to add on to that, when you sign up for B-School, like right now and not wait till the last moment, it's actually in your best interest. And here's why. There are certain bonuses that you get the moment that you complete your registration, like the follow-through formula. And this is especially important for creatives and for spiritual creatives who have so many different ideas, but sometimes have a little bit of trouble following through. It's like they have 12 different projects and how do I get this done and make this come to life? The follow-through formula you get the moment you complete your registration, and it will set you clear and on a path like nobody's business. The second one is start the right business. So if anyone's listening right now going like, I know I want to start my business, but I don't know if I have the right idea, I need help, or I have too many ideas and how do I narrow down and choose the one, or I have an idea, but it's unproven and I don't want to waste time and money if it's not going to actually work. Start the Right Business is incredible. It's a standalone program. You get it the moment you register, and you don't want to wait until when the whole program kicks off on March 5th. Too late. You're going to have too many things. So if you do it now, and then the other thing, Gabby, as you mentioned, there's B-School mentor coaches. You get so much more attention if you dive in now because there's not as many people in there. So it's
they start you off right away. There you go.
It's like, don't wait. Get Gabby's incredible 24-hour bonus and take advantage of what's happening in B-School already before everything else starts to come on board. So I just wanted to say that quickly. And then the other thing, do you remember when you came up with God as your publicist as a program? You and I were in SNICE. You wrote it on a napkin. I don't know if you remember this.
I don't remember that.
Yes. This is like maybe, I don't know, 7 or 8 years ago. I feel like I still might have the napkin. You and I were having tea at SNICE in the West Village, and you were like, oh my God, I have this idea. God is my, and you literally wrote it down on a napkin.
Some of my best business ideas have come out of napkins. I'm not kidding. Napkins.
I love it.
Get out of your napkins, everybody. Start taking notes. All right, here we go. Napkins out. All right. So, all right. First and foremost, Marie, for some people who might be new to you if they've been living under a rock, I just want them to hear about why marketing is such a huge passion. Why is this desire? It's like, I know within you that you have this mission to teach people marketing because you want to empower people to get their messages out. What does it mean to you? Why is it so valuable to you? Why is this your passion work?
You know, when I first started my business at the age of 23 as a coach, one of the best lessons I got from my Coach Training Institute was like, look, you have to become the best coach you can be, right? You need to have those skills. You need to have all the tools so you can help people transform their lives. And I was like, yes, of course, yes. And then they turned on a light bulb. They said, and you know what you also have to do? You have to learn how to grow and market and build a coaching business, because it doesn't matter how great you are at your craft, again, in this case, coaching, because if nobody knows about it, you're not going to be able to survive.
Right.
And it was this moment that I was like, oh my goodness. And then I began to realize something. I started to look at the world through a new lens. And I realized that there were so many talented, passionate, heart-centered people who had products and services that could legitimately change other people's lives, but they were so resistant to marketing. They weren't earning money. They were in jobs that they couldn't stand. Their businesses were failing. And it was because they weren't embracing this ability that they had to be able to inspire people to pay attention and then to say yes, and then to build their business, right? To say yes to their products and their services. So I realized something crucial, Gabby, and it was this. If you have something that you believe in and you don't do everything in your power to get it in front of the people that need it most, you are stealing from them.
Right.
There is only one of you that has ever been on this planet. There never will be someone with your strengths and your gifts and your perspective and your stories. And if you don't take advantage of that and share what you have inside, the world is missing out on something that's irreplaceable, and it's you. So this idea of modern marketing, which I actually do want to make a quick distinction, right? A lot of people have a lot of fear, hesitation, resistance around marketing because they have old school connotations and connections to it. If you think about marketing, what do you think? You think about like some slimy used car salesman, right? Some guy who's like chugging on a cigar and who's being really aggressive and who's being manipulative and who's trying to push something on you.
Right.
That's what and it's understandable because that's all marketing used to be. But what we teach in B School and what the most effective marketing is what I call modern marketing. This is where the best of your humanity comes out, not the worst. So what do I mean by the best? I mean compassion, empathy, connection, generosity, transparency, kindness, service. When you embody these traits and activate them through your business, you actually become a better person. You become who you're meant to be. And as a byproduct, your business succeeds. You change more lives. You earn more money. You have the resources to make the change in the world that you wish to see, not only through your service, not only through your craft, but also through your financial resources. And I'll just throw this out. I know it's not just women that are listening to us right now. I know that you have a large audience of women, as do I. I'm particularly passionate about helping women achieve financial independence because when women are financially empowered, everybody wins. You win as an individual, your family wins, your community wins, and the whole world wins. We have science to back this up. When women are empowered financially, they invest in their communities. If we're looking at the developing world, they tend to have less children. Those children become educated. The moms take better care of themselves. The ripple effects are undeniable. So the other reason why this matters so much to me, because when it comes to entrepreneurship, I want to see women succeed. We need more women leading on every level. And in order to do that, they have to feel confident. They have to have the skills and they need to be able to pull it off.
They need to be able to pull it off is right. Yeah. And I love that you say that you want to teach marketing from a standpoint of compassion and kindness. I think a lot of the people that are my listeners and people that are watching tonight, they identify as spiritual entrepreneurs, people who want to bring authentic messages out to the world. And so they can often feel like marketing is this sleazy thing because, I'm here to spread love and light, but how am I going to do that if I'm selling myself? And one of the greatest things that is a through line throughout B School, and also just the energy of who you are as a person and a marketer, is just that it's about having fun, it's about being authentic, and it's about being kind and compassionate through the messaging.
Yes.
And that you can almost be a better spiritual teacher when you become better at marketing.
Absolutely. Because think about this. Think about when you're a spiritual teacher, right? You are often sharing ideas that perhaps some of your audience is going to have resistance to, that they may take issue with, that they may have fear or blockage around. So marketing is just not about selling your products or your services. It's not just about money. It's actually about inspiring people to enable change in their own life. So you can think about marketing when you're writing your books. How are you going to position this concept in such a way that someone's open to hearing it? How are you going to frame something where someone's like, gosh, that sounds really good. I'd like to learn more about it. You can take the same spiritual concept, present it in one way, and people are going to be like, meh, I don't care. Or, no, I don't like that. You can position another way, and someone's like, oh my God, that sounds fascinating. Can you tell me more? So It's not just about the sales. It's not just about the money. It is about creating transformation in people's lives and inspiring them to action. And if you think that marketing isn't that, you're missing out.
Yeah, you're missing out. And how much fun it can be when you're doing it from a place of authenticity and allowing yourself to put out a message that's coming from a place of love, of inspiration, and an intuitive place as well. And actually, on that note, so my next question is that you've created a massive business, and when you were first starting out, was there anything like a manifesting process or anything that you did to hope to create a vision? And I know some of this comes up actually in B School too, but tell us a little bit about your visioning process.
Gosh, so I was horrible at it. I was terrible. In the beginning, I remember I read so many books, right? So many kind of traditional personal development and success books and business books. And I was like, you have to have this very clear vision. And Gabby, I'll be honest with you, those first couple of years, I was like, I can't do it. Like, I can't even think past, next week. I don't even know how to pay my bills today. It felt as though my brain did not have the capacity to vision out. So what I had to do in the beginning was take my next best step, the next right step, and start to feel my way into what was possible. And as I started to do that, and I started to get connected to other people who were doing great work, all of a sudden it was as though my brain began to shift and I began to be able to see further and further out. And I started to get clues and I started to have feelings and I started to notice. Again, when I started in the year 1999, 2000 is when I started my business. Online business was in its infancy. So even what you and I are doing right now, the fact that all of us are connected on Google Live, like this wasn't even real back then.
Oh, we were like on dial-up, sister.
Yes. so part of my vision actually became like a puzzle piece that was put together as the technology began to advance, if that makes sense. You know, like as I stepped out and as I kept engaging, then I started to get more of the vision. So I never knew I would be here. And a lot of people think that they need to know exactly where they're going to be. And if you don't have the ability to envision, like I didn't, don't worry, you're not broken. You have to take your next best step. You have to follow your heart and intuition about what you feel could be a clue for you. And then those jigsaw puzzle pieces will start coming together.
And on that note, very cool. Actually, one of the bonuses, the 24-hour bonus that I'm going to offer is a workshop called Success is an Inside Job. And what it will do, and you're only going to get it if you sign up for the next 24 hours, the entire workshop. I don't even have it available on my website anymore. It would just be for my B-School people. And that, or the 24-hour B-School people. And what you'll get out of that is actually my manifesting process for creating the vision of the world that you want to see. So it'd actually be an amazing thing to do in tandem with B-School while you're getting all those nuts and bolts, because it will actually start to help you vision for what it is that you're creating. So much of this process is about holding that vision, releasing all the disbelief that's holding you back, and assuming the energy of who it is that you want to be while you're in the process of learning the nuts and bolts of getting there.
Yeah.
So that's why I chose this Success as the Inside Job. I was like, which course am I going to give the bonus? And the Success as an Inside Job was so perfect for the B-Schoolers.
Love it.
You get that if you go to gabbybernstein.com/B-School anytime tonight, and you have 24 hours to make sure you get that extra bonus on top of the other bonuses. All right, my love. Okay, so let's see. How does your spiritual practice play into your business?
So for me, meditation is a daily must, right? That's the thing that helps me clear my cache, stay in touch with my intuition, stay in touch with my heart, stay in touch with that.
Clear my cache.
It does, my mental cache. I mean, come on, right? Who on this call right now, who on this incredible webinar doesn't have like 15 different tabs open, or is that just me, right? So there's so much that we're ingesting, so much information, so much of our own inner voices and some of those negative and limiting beliefs that we've carried around from the past. And I feel like meditation is my way to take that spiritual shower every day. So for me, it's crucial because it helps me make better decisions as a leader. It helps me understand what to say yes or what to say no to. It helps me have hard conversations with compassion. It helps me really take risks where I feel like my heart is going like, yes, you should really do that. But there's part of me that's limited or small or fearful. So that's one way. I would say in terms of just like having fun and remembering the fact that we're not on the planet that long. And we need to really enjoy it. Like this idea of enjoying, like embodying joy and bringing that to everything that we do, including our business. I think that that's one of the most beautiful gifts that we can offer, not only our teams, but our customers and our audience, right? Life can be really challenging and there's a lot of really difficult things happening in the world. But when we can embody that joy as a spiritual practice through our business, we transmute that energy to everyone we touch. And frankly, you know, Gabs, I feel like I was at the most recent book launch tour. I remember I was at Judgment Detox in LA. And I think one of the most incredible things, I love you so much, you know, we've been friends for such a long time, but the joy that you exuded on stage and how much fun that you had was, to me, just as powerful as the words that you were speaking, as the tools and the concepts that you were giving us. Yeah. It was your presence and your joy. And I feel like maintaining that is a spiritual practice. And it's what I try to do. I'm certainly not perfect at it. Doesn't happen all the time. But
well, right back at you. I'll just reflect that right back to you, because if anybody has ever seen a little show called Marie TV, you know it is just a joy fest. And it's the love that you have for this television show that you created that has made it such a wild success. And so that's actually my, core message to all entrepreneurs is that when you lean towards joy, you will be led, and that joy is the catalyst for all the great stuff that you'll create in your career and in your life and in your relationships. And so as long as you're having a good time, and the cool thing is that once you understand marketing,
I'm throwing confetti at you, girl. I'm throwing confetti. It's like your joy.
Yes. That's my favorite. So, but the thing about what's so important about marketing and getting good at marketing is that when you get good at marketing, you actually start to learn how to create passive revenue streams so that you can focus your attention more on what's joyful and less on the minutia of trying to find business and trying to get your work out. So for me, it's just been a lot more fun for me to be, and this is an intention I have for even moving forward, is to use all these digital techniques and tools that are available to us, and all these back-end funnels and email marketing and things that I've learned from B School and things that I continue to get nerdy about, so that I can just be more free. And so I can focus on speaking and writing and living and cooking my Gabby cooking show.
Yes.
That is what I want to do. So the more you know how to market your business and the more you know how to use the internet, the more freedom you have, people. So that's a big one. It's really, really big. For the new entrepreneurs listening, what's the best place to start when it comes to marketing?
Well, I'm just going to be real about this, people. It's not about marketing. It's about start the right business. I would say when you're just starting, understanding like exactly, we talked about this at the top, Gabby, who you want to serve. Understanding exactly who they are. And I often say, if you're talking to everybody, you're talking to nobody. And again, I will raise my hand as a life coach. When I first started, I was trying to talk to everybody because I'm like, but everybody needs help, right? We all need these incredible personal development and spiritual tools to have happiness and have joy and to heal ourselves and to connect with others. But oh God, did I struggle. I was struggling hardcore when I was trying to talk to everyone. And it wasn't through a lot of stumbles and falls that I realized, oh, certain people are for me and certain people aren't. And that's okay. I need to lean into that. So I think when you're first starting out, to really understand that you're not trying to reach everyone, to understand that you just need to find your people, B School will give you the tools to help you figure that out. And then I think it's about really identifying one product or one service to start off with so that you can get that cash flow going, so that you can really get your business on some strong legs. Again, this is all the stuff that we teach you in B School, but it's not about scattershot and doing like a ton of things and trying to make something stick. It's about stepping back and being more intentional and being more strategic and really being more smart with your time. Because I think for a lot of us, and this is something I want to mention, for anyone listening right now who has a full-time job or maybe has several part-time jobs, and maybe you're feeling like, oh, I'm not really an entrepreneur. Like I have my side gig, but it's not my real thing. There's two things that I want to say. First, I had side gigs for the first 7 years of my business.
Right.
And a lot of people say, you know what? Like it's my year 3 and it's not happening yet. I'm like, what if I quit at year 4? None of this would be around. Year 5, year 6, year 7. And this is the other thing I want to say, Gabby, really fast. For anyone watching right now who feels a sense of shame or embarrassment if they've been at it for a little while and it's not taking off yet and they still have that corporate job, recent study came out from the American Management Journal that studied 5,000 entrepreneurs over 14 years. You know what they found? Those who kept their corporate job or a day job or something while they started their company were 33% less likely to fail.
I believe that. Yep. Yeah, I believe.
And there's reasons for that, right? You can take more risks. You can take it slow. You can try different things if you're not depending on, these coaching clients or your spiritual work or your service work to pay the bills.
Because there's less resistance.
Yes.
I actually always teach that, one, be willing to work for free for a period of time. So there may be a period where you have that corporate job, but you're getting a taste of what it's like to do that other thing. You're coaching somebody on the side. You're, teaching yoga classes at a community center. And then listen, I believe in side hustle because it's the pressure's off. And when the pressure's off, you can be free in the work that you're doing. And it's the moment that you start feeling that tension that it's no longer about the work and it's about how do I pay my rent. And so, yeah, I'm so happy you brought that up. That is such a great statistic. Go girl. Good one. Nice one. Very cool. All right. So a lot of people, particularly spiritual folks in my community that may be in the healing arts or in spiritual training or teaching, have a lot of issues around making money for their work. So what do you say about that?
Okay, so I know money is a very loaded topic, right? It's a loaded topic in our society, and many of us kind of shy away from it, and we have a lot of mixed messages around it. Like we grew up hearing that it doesn't grow on trees and it's the root of all evil, and then we want it. So there's all of this tension and conflict. So it's understandable why people feel a little bit, oh, I don't get it, and then they start to feel bad and guilty. So for me, I love to put people through B School for this reason. And I'm proud to say this. I love money. I love money. And people are like horrified when they hear me. They're like, what? And it's like, look, I don't love money above my relationships. Never. My relationships come first. I don't love money above my integrity or my values or my heart or my love. But I see money as this incredible tool, this tool of love. And I grew up with a lot of pain and stress around money.
Right.
So I really saw money. I had a deep belief in me. I said, you know what? When I grow up, I want to earn so much that I'm able to take care of the people around me. And I'm also able to take care of other people in pain. So somehow I wired up in myself that making money is a really beautiful, healthy thing. And I think if we look at it through the framework of the world that we're in right now, again, I'm going to speak to this. I want to see more conscious spiritual people have, earn, distribute, share wealth.
Yeah.
Because what we're seeing right now, as it's been in the past, a lot of the folks that have a lot of the money don't have the ethics. They don't have the consciousness. They don't have that spiritual underpinning that we need to see if we want to see the changes in the world that are possible. And
it's the root cause of all the problems we're having politically.
Right? Yeah. But when people like us and the folks that are listening right now, when we come together and we take proud ownership of our ability to earn, all of a sudden, then we become stewards of good power in the world, good influence, voting with our dollars. You know, this idea oftentimes where people have a lot of resistance with money and they feel like it's not spiritual to take it comes from a false notion of scarcity, as though if they earn money for themselves or for their services, that somehow someone in another part of the world is not going to have. But if you look at the actual facts and the numbers, that's not true. The number and the amount of wealth in the world has actually grown. Yes, it's true. We have massive inequality, but what better way to help fix it than for people of conscious and spiritual moral gravity take it upon themselves to say, I'm going to be successful and I'm going to share this wealth through the way that I conduct my business. I'm going to pay other people great. I'm going to take some of this money and put it towards causes that I want to see change happen in. So that's what I have to say for that. I feel like we're not doing anyone any service if we're in business and we're poor. It's just not serving anyone.
So good.
I love that I got a clap from Gabby on that one.
I don't have confetti for you. I just don't know where my confetti went.
But I do have a diamond mic too. And
I'll throw cards at you.
Yes,
Sorry, it was loud. All right, I've got batteries and Universe has your back cards.
I love it. I take it up.
All right, so it was really cute. One of my friends' little girls had the Miracles Now deck, and she threw the cards in the air, and she goes, "I threw a miracle." I threw some love at you. All right, so there's some questions coming in from the chat. How much time is involved daily when you join B School?
That's a great question. So there's different ways that you can do B School. You can do what we call B School Light, where you're consuming the content, you're really ingesting it, you're letting it wash over you, you're understanding the broad landscape, but you're not putting pressure on yourself to enact every single strategy. You're not trying to do every single fun sheet and, oh my God, I got to put this into action now. So we release the modules on Mondays at 12 noon Eastern. There are 6 modules. So I would say in the first few weeks, anywhere between 2 and 4 hours a week to really consume everything. You have to remember there's community that is not obligatory, so you don't have to engage. But if you want to hang out and engage, it's going to be a little more time. If you want to jump on our live coaching calls, which you don't have to, they're recorded, we transcribe them, you can do them on your own time. But again, that adds a little something. So if you wanted to go all in on B School, right? And you're like, I'm going to watch everything and I'm going to do every fun sheet right now, which I would honestly not recommend. It's like, take your time. You have B School for life. But I would say it moves more towards the 3 to 6 hours a week, if you can find that. But here's the thing, and I want to stress this. It's not about the 8-week program. This is just how we kind of walk you through the content so that you understand it, so you can see the whole big picture. But once you become a B Schooler, you're a B Schooler for life. So you can revisit this content as much as you want all year long for the rest of the life of the program. So it's not about the 8 weeks, and it's not about, oh, I have to have this much time every week. I think that's a wrong way to look at it.
Yeah, I love that. And I also like that, you are updating the program every year. So
every year.
you're always, as a B schooler, you're always going to get the updates. You're always going to get what's new.
For free.
Yeah. All right. So we've got another question here. What is the success rate of the people who meet their goals once enrolled in B school? First of all, there's amazing 185 testimonials or something insane like that.
Yes, that's what I would say. I say, go check that out. So when we started B school, and even quite frankly now, I spend less time going like, I'm going to fill out a survey on you. Like where are you and what are you doing? And I'm just going to be real about this. I care less about pushing people through something on a schedule than I do about their long-term health and success. So what I love about these reviews, and I know Gabby, you'll share the link, you can search by industry, you can search by location, you can search by goal level, you can search by experience level. So you can find people that are, say, starters and artists. You can find people that are like, I wanted more time freedom, and they happen to, be yoga teachers. So you can use all of these functions. And if you take a look at those case studies, what I think that will show you is the variety and the breadth of what people create, from nonprofits to people who have $1 million plus yarn companies, people who are yoga teachers, people who are in business, people who are spiritual teachers. You'll see the whole range. And you'll also hear how B School has transformed their journey year after year after year. So some people will be like, okay, year one, wow, I really got my game together and my income increased, 20%. But then year two, I put these strategies in place and now we tripled our income. So you'll kind of see the progression, which again, how do you quantify that in terms of like, what's a success rate? I don't know. Like, go see the stories and have a look. And yes, you can get a feeling for what people have done in their lives, which has gone from poverty to literally having $1 million businesses, which has gone from being landlocked to traveling the world, which has gone from their husband hating their jobs to them becoming the breadwinner and putting all 4 of their kids through college. I mean, it's extraordinary what people have done.
Yeah. Yeah. And it's not just like, I've been blessed to have the founder of B School on my speed dial. So that's been lucky. But there's something that you taught me, and this is something I know you touch on in your videos and also just in the way that you lead. But there was something you taught me a little over a year ago that changed my life and gave me a life back. And it's a big deal for me. It's way over a year now, actually, maybe a year and a half or 2 years now. You really taught me how to build a support team. And this was something that was so unsupported for so long, only because I chose it, because I was messed up in the head. But you helped me learn and understand the value of building a team. And so if somebody's just starting out, is there a team? Is there something they can do to begin to build their team? Or if they're new, have a new business, is there something they can do to build their team? Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's really important, especially when we're new. I was a terrible boss. I had no idea how to be a boss, and it was terrifying. I remember hiring my first virtual assistant. It was a few hours a week. I could barely afford her, and I sucked at it. I was sucky at delegation. I was stinky at knowing like how to get someone to do something and inspire them and give clear direction and all that stuff. So we talk about that a lot in B School. We have a lot of those conversations in the Facebook group. We have a lot of that in the member area. Specifically, there is a training that's a graduation bonus about teams and massive productivity, where I walk people through how we on our team get things done. And you can scale this down if you're a one-person shop, or you can scale it up. I think we're at like 25 people now, or maybe even more. I don't even know at this particular moment. But it's the exact system that we still use to manage all of our projects. And then I talk about how I look for A players to join my team. So it's an ongoing conversation. And I think that it's really important. One trend that I've noticed, especially for women, and I will raise my hand to this too, we wait way too long to get the support we need. That's something that I've seen over time. Most of us have such strong work ethics, and we're so like, I have to do this myself. We don't want to burden anyone else. We think we have to just hold the weight of the world on our shoulders until we start to crumble.
Yeah. Sure.
And yes. And then again, I'm raising my hand to it as well. And I'm still to this day always challenging myself to allow other people to support me.
Yeah.
And I think it's important, you know, us having this conversation and for anyone listening to realize that you can cross that bridge from doing everything that yourself and to having a team around you. And it's a process, but being around people who have done it and are doing it is going to help you expedite that process.
Yes, yes, yes. Thank you for that. And so on that note, I want to just, if anybody's just joining now, I want to make sure everybody knows where to go to look for B School details. Go to gabbybernstein.com/B School. You're going to get all the breakdown of is B School for you, what it means to me, and then a breakdown of my bonuses. And so I just wanted to talk about the first bonus is group success coaching with me. And I'm going to do 3 success coaching programs, calls with you guys. Raise your self-worth, raise your net worth is the first one. How to make big money doing big work is the second one. And get into action is the third one. I'm going to lead these over the period of time that you're kind of towards the end of B School, because you have a lot of Marie up front. So I wanted to be there towards the end to pick you up and keep you motivated. So I'm there as like the cheerleader on the sidelines, like, let's keep going. What I want to share a few, I put some testimonials this year, Marie, of people that did B School and did my bonuses, and they were really awesome. So the bonuses that Gabby gave were worth the money for B School alone. With Gabby bonuses, I switched from a lack mentality to an abundance mentality, and that has meant the world. With B School coupled with Gabby's bonuses, my success coaching business has skyrocketed. Now, there was something really funny that came in today as well that I wanted to share. This is a funny one. I was on Facebook Live, and one of my alumni, so one of my bonuses is also a $900 certificate, really. It's a $900 voucher to my Spirit Junkie Masterclass. And so a lot of people are asking, well, what's the difference between B School and Masterclass? Extremely different trainings. They will benefit you in many of the same ways, but they're very different trainings. And one of my alumni said this: B School helps you build the foundation for your business. Spirit Junkie Masterclass helps you catapult to the ethers and have the universe hold and propel you on your path.
Yes!
I was like, that has to go on the website. It was so good.
Beautiful. I love it. I
think we're a good team here. And then there's my God is my publicist training, which is not available. It's a How to Manifest Media for Your Message, Bundle of Miracles, 4 of my best digital courses, my masterclass bonus, $900 voucher, and then your extra bonus tonight, only for 24 hours, which is your Success is an Inside Job workshop, which you're only going to get for 24 hours. And that's a digital workshop that is not available to anybody except for you guys if you sign up within the next 24 hours at gabbybernstein.com/B School. Now, Marie, we have a ton of questions now about B School. So, all right, here we go. I'm gonna go in order. This is a good one. I'm a marketing consultant and have a really good knowledge of marketing principles. Is B School going to be too basic for me in terms of strategies and learning? I can already say no, because I knew a lot about marketing before I did B School, so I can already say it's not too basic. But go ahead.
I like that answer. I'm going to lower myself because I was getting an echo. Okay, great. So here's the thing. 1, go to Gabby's link, read all of the material, and just see and say, you know what? Do I want to learn this or do I not? Like, make it really simple. Check in with your heart and soul. Here's the thing. If your business is not where you want it to be, even though you might understand marketing, something's missing, right? So if you're not at the level that you know you could be, it means that something's not being implemented or there's something that's not connecting for you. So it doesn't diminish your value. But here's the thing, people that are advanced, like I consider myself a fairly sophisticated business owner. Been doing this for 18 years. I love going to places that teach me the fundamentals because you know why? It reminds me of stuff that I've probably forgotten. It reminds me of stuff that I've probably taken for granted. It roots me in so deeply in the mastery of the fundamentals that I can get 10 times higher than if I was looking around at like, well, what's so tricked out? So again, if your business is not where it should be or where you think it could be, I'd really encourage you to engage with a beginner's mind. We've had multi-million-dollar business owners take B School, and it's like, they're not looking at it like, tell me something I don't know, girl. They're going like, where's that nugget that can take me from multi-millions to like adding zeros on this?
Right.
If that makes sense. So I would say, trust your heart. You know, if it looks good, know that 1 or 2 ideas, even when you understand something and you think you might know a lot, they can transform everything.
Here's a great one. This is actually masterclass. If you're a beginner spirit junkie, will you still be ready for the masterclass? So that's an interesting one. Yes, it's similar to what Marie's saying. For masterclass, start where you are. We've We've had people that are lawyers that are wanting to leave their law jobs to go be, to go be coaches or start a yoga studio. And I'm sure you have the same people in transition. So if you're in that transition, do B School, then you have your $900 voucher for masterclass. Take it this year, next year, take it digitally, take it live. If you already are a masterclass alumni, take level 2. You can apply it to anything. You can give it as a gift. But I think where both of us are saying the same thing, which is that you can begin as a beginner. You can start as a beginner. You can start very advanced, and these trainings will meet you where you are. And you can keep going back to them because you have a lifetime value. You have the lifetime access to these programs. You can go back.
I want to add one thing into this. Some of my favorite books, right, from some of my favorite authors, I reread them again and again. And I always learn new things because I am different. So I just think it's really more about the mindset of the person, and it's how you approach things. If you approach things from a sense of openness and humility and like, what else is here for me? If you identify with the teacher and you respond to that teacher, you will always get something.
Okay. Here's a big question for you. Okay. So for a lot of years, you've talked about capturing emails and and then last year I asked you about it's time to start getting phone numbers, but now we're seeing like Facebook just like pull the rug out from underneath us, and all this new crap's happening every single day. Is there anything that you're seeing we need to be focusing on that's like new and trendy?
See, that's the difference. No, absolutely friggin' not. So for a minute, right? For like a few minutes, it's like Instagram's amazing. And we love Instagram. We love the Instagram. I love Instagram. It's probably like one of my favorite places to be. But I do like Facebook Live. Those are super fun. But you have to understand you don't own those platforms. And I think where people really screw up, look too much for what's next or what's the shiny object, and they are sorely ignoring the fundamentals. Email's return on investment when it comes to marketing kicks the ass of social 10 times over. Social is great for connection, right? But when it comes to the long-term health of your business, I don't know if you would agree, it's like your email list is everything.
I could not agree more.
So it's like people aren't really paying enough attention to their email. They're not paying enough attention to their subject lines or their copy or all of the things that they could be doing to take this incredible thing that everybody's like, oh, that's dead. That's so old. Really? How many times you check your email today?
Right.
How many times you've been in your inbox? I bet you it's been a couple. And you own that connection. So I would say, from my point of view, in terms of what's kind of new, it's less about a platform and it's more about an approach. It's an approach that's not shiny and perfect. It's an approach that isn't always like super high production values and everything's got to be like exactly so. It's raw. It's real. It's vulnerable. It's funny. It's all of the things that sometimes we get a little bit afraid to do. But I think that approach is actually what the freshest thing is, and how you apply it or deploy it across any platform is what's going to get you results.
You know, what's funny about that you just said that, is I'm actually going back a decade in my marketing. So
yes.
I used to do a video blog just like this to the camera, right? Yep. In my jean jacket, like, what's up? And I would just talk to the camera.
Yep.
Like drop some spiritual knowledge for 10 minutes.
Yep.
10 minutes, which is a long video, by the way. And I did that and I did that and I did that. And I was having so much fun doing that. And I got a call from YouTube out of the blue one day. And they're like, hey, we want you to apply for this YouTube Next Video Blogger series.
Yes.
And I was like, me? Like, I don't make professional videos. Like, what the hell are you talking about? They're like, well, you have a lot of views and people are watching your videos all the way through, these 10-minute videos. So you're on to something. So I applied for this thing. Out of like thousands of people, like 10 people win or like 7 people win. I win it. I'm like a YouTube Next Video blogger, right? So this is like, there's two things in this. One is that me just having fun in front of my computer and just enjoying the work and not trying to be so flashy and professional and, you know, all these different things that I thought I should be doing, right, allowed me to have this thing come into fruition. But the bigger message is that I'm actually going to go back to that, Marie. So I started producing my videos and doing these things. And then, you know, I was like, I'm not really enjoying like doing for me, I don't love production, you know, like you nail production. Like I think if you're going to do production, you got to nail it, right? Like you nail it. You have a team, you've got the set, you've got the outfit, the whole thing. It's not my thing. I like to be in my pajamas. Yep. So I am going backwards in my marketing. So I want to give this as a tip to everybody. Don't be afraid to just get on your phone and be you. I'm going to get back up in front of the camera and just start vlogging again. and just riff, because it's what's most joyful to me. It's what I can do with the most ease. And it's the content that people want. So just, you know, in Marie's case, it's like she is so organized, so professional. She's so beautiful and put together that that's the way that she puts it out there. So find your niche of how you want to put things out there and make sure it's really fun for you.
Yeah, but I will say this too. That's why I picked up, you know, we have Marie Unplugged, which is just me running around with my camera, acting like a crazy person, which I love to do.
Like, when you vlog, it's like my favorite thing in the world.
Yes. So it's like, that's the big, I can't wait to do it again after we get through the B-School launch. But that's the point. There's so many ways to do this. And in terms of a trend, it's like raw and real is amazing.
Right. But you can also, if you want to do production like you do, she does production in the most raw and real way, right? So it's like, but the most important thing is that however you do it, you're having a good time doing it. And that you always find ways to make it, you know, make it authentic, period, end of story. Okay, so there's something that's super, super valuable, which is you teach a lot about copy in B-School.
Yes.
A lot of people out there, like myself, when I first started out, I 6 books later, but prior to that, Marie couldn't put a sentence together. So, you know, I'm a self-taught writer. And so I want to really make sure everybody hears that. You can go through B-School and learn so many of the fundamentals about writing copy. If you've never been able to write before, you could actually start walking away writing marketing copy that slays.
Yes. So most people underestimate the value of really good copy. And so what are we talking about when we're like copy? Not copyrights in terms of intellectual property. We're talking about just the words that we use, the titles for your videos, email subject lines. What are you going to title your blog post? How are you going to name your programs? What are you going to write to people to describe what you're doing? How are you going to inspire people to act using your words? And this isn't just in a sales capacity, like Gabby said, who you're so brilliant at this. It's the word you put in your book. It's the word you speak in your programs. It's what you say from the stage, from your talks. So all of these words, understanding how to use language in such a way to inspire people, to spark curiosity, to get them to feel an emotion that you want them to feel, because that's what we all want, right? We don't want to be bored. No one ever, you know, buys their way and like, wow, they were so boring, I'm really going to press buy, or they were so boring, I'm really going to say yes to that spiritual practice. Like that never happens. So copy is really, really important. And it's one of the things that people don't even know that they need, but we teach you about that in B-School because it's vital. You know, you can be putting out really great work or have really great ideas, but if you can't get someone to open an email, you've lost. If you can't get someone to click on that blog post or on that video title, even though the content may be amazing, you're not going to have the income or the impact that's possible for you. So we teach you a lot about copy all throughout B-School, how to understand, how to communicate what's on your website so that you connect with people emotionally and they feel that you're there to serve them. You're not just like, hey, look at how great I am.
Right. And I can testify that when I see Marie's emails come in, I'm like, first of all, like, what the hell is she talking about? Like, I'll see the subject line, I'm like, oh my God, what is she talking about? And then my second thought is, what is she wearing? Like, I tune in for the outfits. I tune in for the fashion.
You and my mom, you're like, what are you wearing this week? I love it.
You were wearing a very Oprah outfit in this week's video. Like that little.
Oh, yeah.
Outfit.
Elsa had me, well, in fact, there was a couple like long skirts and just, I don't know, you know, it's interesting. This is like whatever on the side talk, but stuff I would normally wear in every day sometimes doesn't work for me on camera because like I wear a lot of really baggy clothes, but sitting the way that we're sitting can make me look like I'm in a sheet. So thank you.
I like the styling. I love the styling. It's happening.
Thank you.
Here's a really good question. Do you think I'd be able to use your methods as a lawyer who just opened her own practice?
Yes. Go look at all the reviews and look at the lawyers and you'll just be like, oh, okay, can we sign up right now? Like for reals, do not hesitate.
Yes, yes. I feel like you and I are collecting lawyers. I have so many lawyers.
Well, I will tell you, I once considered being a lawyer. I studied law in college and I have friends that are lawyers and I meet so many of them and not many of them are happy in what they're doing. So many of them feel really tortured and really stressed and like they're kind of trapped in a career that's not meant for them.
Yeah, that's why my husband never became a lawyer. He was just like, he didn't know anyone that was happy doing it. But if you do B-School, you can find other ways to be creative and innovative in that field.
Absolutely. We have happy lawyers in B-School. Do you know what I mean? Because they've discovered a way to have their practice be an embodiment of their values and also from a time perspective where they're like, oh, I have a life now.
Yep, there you go. Okay, we've got one or two more questions here. So I want to actually mention a few things. There's a 12-pay plan. This happened last year. You put this into action. It helped so many people. That is such an important message, you guys, that this is like, just don't go out to dinner like once or twice that month and get B-School. You know what I mean? Like, you can do a 12-pay. It's going to rock your world to make it so simple for you. You've got the dedicated specialized mentor coaches. Is there anything else you want to share about that?
Well, there's copywriting coaches. There's people, if you have a product-based business, whether it's crafts or, again, you're selling diamond mics or whatever you're selling, e-commerce coaches, life coaches. I mean, every type of business, we have B-School mentor coaches who are successful business owners and B-School graduates. So again, they're aligned with the philosophy and they are also kick-ass in what they do. So they're there to help guide your journey, to answer questions and to provide another perspective from someone who's, again, not just coaching, but they're actually out there doing the work. So I think it's just really invaluable. And they're to be taken advantage of. That's why I said people need to get in now, because you can have more time with them if you get in soon.
And you can start that preliminary bonus. So
yes.
Get a head start before. Actually, if I were registering, I'd register right now. That's what I would do, because I would want to get that preliminary stuff going before the 8 weeks begins.
You want to set yourself up so you could take off like a rocket ship.
And you have a very generous refund policy. So if you sign up and you're like, it's not for me, you change your mind. What's the refund policy?
Yeah. So no, it's an ironclad refund policy. I've been doing this for a long time. This is our 9th year. This is my 18th year in business. I never want to take money from someone who were not the right fit. It's just not how I roll, not who I am in the world. So here's the refund policy. You come into B-School, you do the work, you give it your best try, meaning you actually do the fun sheets. They're called fun sheets because we don't want them to be worksheets. They are actually more of a good time. And if you discover in that first module or two, and all the details are where Gabby will direct you, the dates are very, very clear. If by that time frame you're like, you know what, this isn't for me, mail in your completed coursework. Just send us the PDFs, and customer service will refund you 100%. And the reason that we ask for your coursework is because we know and we feel so strongly that if you actually do the work, you're going to have so much value, so many ideas, so much clarity, you're not going to want to leave. But if you do the work and you're just like, yeah, this still isn't for me, again, nothing lost. You hopefully have learned something and you get 100% of your money back.
I feel like that's so powerful, because it also encourages you to get to work. Sometimes people sign up for trainings and they don't do them. And this is like, do it.
Yeah. Again, we want to incentivize people to use this because it works. It's like, I want to do everything I can.
Good 12-step motto there. All right. It works if you work it, people. Okay, here we go. Are there methods in B-School that will help me reach international audiences?
Yes. I have an audience in 195 countries. Everything that you could possibly want to do to reach a global audience is there and at your fingertips. It's funny. I had someone ask another question. I think it was on Facebook Live. It was like, can this help me if I'm in a local audience? It's like, oh my goodness. Yes. The targeting and the localization that's available through the tools that we have today is sick. It's easier for them. But in terms of an international audience, of course, the internet is wide open, and everything we teach you, you can reach as many people as you wish.
This is a great question. This is actually something super interesting. So this person's saying, do you think marketing is something you can delegate or hire people to do for you, or is it something you have to do for yourself? Now, the interesting thing is somebody might be out there being like, should I get B-School for my employees? Mm-hmm. I know I buy a lot of marketing programs for my team. Like for my team, I want, like, one of my team members just bought our YouTube course. So I wanted to get awesome at YouTube. So let's answer that. Let's see what you think.
So here's the thing. It's both. And here's why I say that. As a business owner, you have to have some education in marketing. This way you can actually be an educated leader. So you'll know how to hire the right person. You'll understand what works and what doesn't. You can't just completely abdicate responsibility here. And I don't think you should ever just go like, I don't want to look at that. I want to have someone else handle it completely. I just need to be the creative ideas person. I don't think that's very wise, because Gabby, as you know, right? Even when you're in the creation mode, you need to have a marketing mindset on in order for your products or your services to be positioned right and to sell. That said, absolutely. Once you understand these timeless principles, once you get the frameworks, once you have some skills yourself, then you can have lots of people help you. And you're going to want them to be in that same philosophy of B-School. So it's both. But again, I think people make the mistake in thinking they can just like instantly delegate. They know nothing about marketing. Someone else should handle that for me because I'm the creative person. That is a losing mentality and will sink you fast.
And I think you should know about all areas of your business. Like when I do a launch, I will get into customer service at times. I'll spend like a few hours in customer service. I will personally reply to people because I want to hear what I want to firsthand see what my customers are asking for, not just hear it from my customer care team. So it's not like you should be doing all that. You should know about it. Yes. And particularly how to market it, because this is how you build and grow your business and make money. So yes. It's like the area you want to know most. And the people I find that are the most apathetic to marketing have the most struggle hiring marketers.
Yes, Gabby.
Yep. There you go, people. Yep. All right. So let's take one last question, and then we're going to review all the amazingness that's happening here. What if I'm not clear yet about what my business will be? I currently run and own a small business, but I want a fairly significant shift and change. Is this right for me?
Get in B School like yesterday.
Yesterday.
Like seriously, yesterday. B School is like a clarity machine. It may not happen instantly because you're going to have to do some digging and you're going to have to answer some tough, deep questions, but you will absolutely get there. It's like the best friggin' place for you to be.
Right on, girl. All right, people. So I'm going to reiterate what all of my bonuses are. As a very proud affiliate of B School, I'm allowed to give you $1,999 in bonuses if you register at gabbybernstein.com/B School. And the link is also right below the video. So you can just click the link. Here again is an overview of my bonuses. My bonuses are awesome. And I have amazing people giving these incredible testimonials of the bonuses, like bonus testimonials. Okay. So bonus 1 is 3 weeks of group coaching with me. I'm going to deliver a lot of specifics on how you can kick ass and kickstart your business. And I'm really going to help you also make it bigger if you have a business. So I'll teach you a lot of the things that I did when I was first starting out. I'm going to tell you a lot of the mistakes that I made, which is probably my greatest way of teaching. Then bonus 2 is lifetime access to my God is my publicist training on how to spiritually market your business. So it's how to manifest media for your message, a lot about getting yourself in the media. And this is where I bring my PR chops and my spiritual chops and teach this beautiful training that I wrote on a little napkin in a cafe with Marie Forleo, which really makes me feel good that you were there.
I was.
Bonus 3 is 4 of my most popular digital courses, and they range from manifesting courses to courses on May Cause Miracles to a course on turning on your inner light. They're my 4 best. And then a $900 gift certificate, which you'll get for my Spirit Junkie Masterclass training. And Spirit Junkie Masterclass is for spiritual people that want to get better at business and business people that want to bring more spirituality into their business. And it's a confidence training, and it gives you the kick in the ass to make things happen. So you go through B School, you have the real clarity kick in the ass for Marie. You get clear, you understand your marketing tactics, you start to get that confidence to start to put your message out. And then you can do your masterclass this year, next year, whatever you feel called, and get that big Gabby spiritual butt kick to get out into the world and make it happen. And these are beautiful complements, these 2 courses together. And I love that testimonial I shared from Facebook Live.
I do too. And I'm actually going to say, I want to give you a huge hug and a thank you so that I can jump on a call in 2 minutes. But Gabby, I love you so much. And everyone who's watching right now, thank you for spending your time with us. This is incredible. And from my heart to yours, I really genuinely hope I get to work with you in B School and that Gabby and I get to work with you together. Gabby, I adore you. I respect you. I love you so much.
We love you for having me. So I'll give Marie a big high five. I'll stay on with you guys for 2 more minutes. I'll give you a little prayer as we end. Marie, thank you. I love you. I love you. I love you. I love you. Thank you for this creation and all that you do. Good luck with everything else you're doing tonight. All right. Well, all right. So to close out this, I'll pull a card from my deck. I want to remind you that there's a 24-hour bonus if you sign up for B School at the link below, gabbybernstein.com/B School. The 24-hour bonus for anyone that signs up in the next 24 hours, you're going to get my Success is an Inside Job digital workshop, all about how to manifest the success that you desire through your internal belief systems, shifting your inner belief systems so that you can release all the limitations that are holding you back and release the blocks, the presence of the truth and the power within you, the voice within you that's saying, yes, I can. And that Success is an Inside Job is the perfect digital course for anyone that signs up for B-School. And I would absolutely encourage you to sign up tonight just so you can land that course. So that will be available just to anyone that's signing up within the next 24 hours at the link below. So let me pull a card from the Miracles Now deck for you as we close out this call. And I'm going to just give you all just a ton of love. So glad you joined us tonight. Hope you got a lot of nuggets of wisdom here. And what's our card for tonight? When I lean on certainty and faith, I change my mind about the world I see. When I lean on certainty and faith, I change my mind about the world I see. All right, let's close with a little prayer. Let's all close our eyes for a moment. Just take a deep breath in. And we take a big breath of gratitude for Marie Forleo for joining us tonight, and send Marie all that love and all that light, thanking her for all that she's showing up for and what she's bringing to us. And just taking a deep breath in and sending that light to her. And then honoring all the excitement, enthusiasm, maybe even the fear that might be up for you right now. Maybe there's feelings of anxiety or tension or uncertainty, and just honoring all that it is. And all that it is exactly as it needs to be. Many of these emotions will reveal to you all that you need to know. And remembering the card that we pulled tonight. When I lean on certainty and faith, I change my mind about the world I see. So in any given moment, we can shift from fear to faith and change our mind about the world we see. Take that in with you. Take that with you this week. That I can shift from fear to faith and change my mind about the world I see. Make that your affirmation this week. And may you all be happy, may you be healthy, may you be wealthy, may you be free, may you be joyful, and may you feel confident in the next right actions that you choose to make in your business and in your life. Take a deep breath in and release it. And when you're ready, open your eyes. Awesome, guys. Thank you so much for joining me. I love you. I love you. I love you. Satnam to all of you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I will hop on that chat and say goodnight to you guys. And I hope that if you feel called, you join us for B-School. And if not, I hope to serve you in many other ways. I love you guys. Thank you. Good night.